You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to Rom Wills, About That Business. Eliminate things that do not advance your business. And this is very important. This is very important. And I never forget what an entrepreneur said to me when I was young. And this particular gentleman had been an entrepreneur since he was a child. He never worked for any other human being in his life. Never worked. Well, I don't know. Do you count a paper route? Because they had him and his brothers had the paper route on lock in the neighborhood. Paper routes. They delivered to that whole neighborhood. They had it on lock. So I don't know how much you count that, but that's still very independent. But he had told me, he said, man, you got to have business on your mind 24/7. 24/7. And what I mean by eliminate things that do not advance your business, that, I put it like this. A better way of looking at it is there's some things you're going to have to deal with that's not necessarily business related, but you got to even limit that. Because if you're entrepreneurial, you got to have your mind on business all the time. If you add in services, like if you a service provider or something like that, you need to carry that card on you, even if you just carry it in your car. You got to be because you never know when you might meet somebody who might need your services. And even if you at some event, you having fun, which is important, you still want to have fun, but I'm going to get into that fun thing in a second. You still want to be like, oh, wait, this is a potential customer. Even when you don't, you trying to relax or something, you still got to be ready. They might say you might not be in sales mode right then, and that's cool because you still want to relax. And even, I'll get into that in a second, but, somebody might say something and they might be like, oh, wait a minute. I do that. Here you go. And let me get into that relaxation. You definitely want to relax. But see, even as you relaxing, you still have business on mind. Now, this is how. You're relaxing so you can have more energy for business. So when you relaxing, it can be, that's a time when you can be totally not thinking about business. It's totally off your mind. But that actually benefits business because what you relaxing for? So you can have more energy for your business. Because you're doing so for business. So you have more energy. If you're providing a service, a product, you're doing sales or something like that, even then you're relaxing so you can get up there and say, okay, I can jump right back into it. And it provides a good balance. But that's still business related. But the things you want to eliminate is stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with business. Nothing. Like you want to limit how much you watching TV and entertainment. I'm going to tell you something with me. During the middle of the day, I watch these court shows, specifically couples court, paternity court, and divorce court. But I watch very little TV outside of that. Very little. Extremely little. And even the TV I watch is still business. I'm going to get into that for fun. Now, people will say, well, that's entertainment. It's like, no. Okay, I watch those court shows specifically because they deal with relationships. That's one of my primary businesses is talking about relationships and how people can relate and figuring out what's going on now. And you're just oh, so, okay, that's what they doing now and everything. Okay, let me see. And I watch the different scenarios. I listen to them and I actually learn from it because it's right there. It's right there. It's like, oh, so they cheating like this or they texting and all of that. It's like, oh, okay. You learn more because I know what I'm experiencing from my personal thing. But then if I can say, well, hold up. I spend my time checking it out. It's more of a business thing, not even entertainment. Because if I wasn't doing a relationship thing, I probably wouldn't even watch these things. All right? And then even when I watch something supposedly for fun, remember, my primary business is a writer. I'm a writer. I have works of fiction out, and I want to do more works of fiction. And I've been promising a major science fiction novel for a few years now. So when I'm watching something, even when I'm watching something, I'm still in business mode, even if I'm being entertained. Because I'm seeing, oh, okay, what they doing on here? What they talking about? What's the storyline? How they carrying this? How they doing it? You know? So even then, I'm still in business mode. You know, my business is a writer. It's my profession. Remember, I've said this in previous podcasts. You want to be that type who's in research mode when you're not doing stuff. So, you know, I'm watching it. I'm partly entertained, but partly like, oh, okay, let me see this. Okay, that didn't make sense. Okay, I might not want to do that. You know, things of that nature, you know. But it's hard for me to think of anything I do that doesn't have anything to do with like business, even having sex. Because I practiced something and it was first talked about in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Sex transmutation. Sex transmutation. It energizes me for business. It opens my mind where I can have ideas and let it flow. So I can't really think of anything I do too much that don't advance my business, to be honest. You know, especially as a writer. Now, this is me personally, especially as a writer, because a writer can write about anything. You could create a story out of anything. So, but you know, and this is as best as possible. It might not be perfect. There might be some stuff you do, you even like to do, that has nothing to do with business. And, you know, look at that, put that under the relaxation category. Like you just relaxing. So then when you jump back into business, you got more energy. So anyway, that's all I have for now. Yeah, I know what to do. Say it with me. Let's go make that money.